Judd Dunning in the house.
You may begin.
Okay, it's Bullet Points, you guys. We're up to, what's the episode?
Episode 9.
That is correct. If you're watching in Germany, we're sorry.
See, speak to 9. And this is it. Goodbye.
All right.
Okay, got it.
We have 5 topics. We got 2 minutes per topic.
That's right.
That's how this is going to go. And we are not messing around. We're sticking to our time this week.
Jumping in.
Okay, so Judd, what are our 5 topics?
Our 5 topics this week, Michael.
The bullet points are.
The bullet points are: Investigation Nation, Mueller's final report is coming soon.
Uh-oh.
Thank you very much. Trump at CPAC, 2-hour not-so fireside chat.
I loved it.
I loved it too. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's gender-fluid royal Euro baby. Bernie Sanders 2.0.
He's in the race.
Woo!
He's playing to win.
Socialism is back, Jack. And the not-so-fresh Democrat freshman anti-Semitic Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Those are the bullet points. At the end, we're going to do a wild card.
That's right.
You picked it. It's going to be zany. It's going to be sexy.
I hope so.
It's going to be off the chains. It's going to be NC-17, you guys. So let's jump in. Our first bullet point is Investigation Nation.
Yeah.
Mueller is finally, it looks like he's going to turn everything in. And now there's a whole new batch of hell that's been unleashed.
Yeah.
So, 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock.
Judd, what do you think about this?
Well, today was significant because 81 subpoenas were thrown out by Jerry Nadler, the double secret probation Democrats. I don't know what's going on. And we are days from the Mueller report coming out. But the bottom line is he already said he's not going to indict the president, which he's going to follow format.
When did Mueller say he's not going to indict the president?
He said recently in his releases, he said, I'm going to follow the format. I'm not going to indict a standing president. So he's going to indict all around him because they've already said there's no collusion.
So there's got to be no big juicy thing there.
Not for the president.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of where we're standing. But the issue that's coming up with that is that people are going to go crazy about disclosure. People are going to demand. We're going to go through battles of the Senate. We're going to go battles through on social media. We're going to go to the courts.
I want to see everything.
Yeah.
I want to see everything.
Yeah, that's
if
what
if it's redacted, they better have a damn good reason. And I want to know what they based this investigation on. I want to know about Peter Strzok. You know what? I'm going to add in the slide. Ha ha!
You are amazing.
Look at that. I'm on it. Here's the other thing that concerns me, is this whole Jerry Nadler business.
Yeah.
This whole 81, they want all your tax returns. They're talking to Trump's old chauffeur, his old personal
10
secretary.
years, they're seeking 10 years.
They're going to talk to Barron Trump about who bought you that coloring book. Did a Russian man buy that for you? It is, oddly, it's a repeat of the Clinton administration. What the Republicans did to the Clintons. Oh, we got you on Whitewater.
Right.
Oh, we got you on Travelgate. Oh, we got you for the expensive haircuts.
Right.
And then ultimately nothing really stuck.
Right.
I'm hoping that the Trump administration can keep getting stuff done. I mean, all of this
Well,
business...
they are so far. I mean, he continues to march forward. I mean, you have to give it up. I heard that he likes the the Congress is one issue, but I heard he uses distraction to continue to legislate, and I think he is. Well, I mean, he's had distraction his whole period, right?
Yeah, it's been 2.5 years of just total Mueller probe distraction, and now we're going to have another 2 years of endless investigations. It's going to be crazy. The Democrats are looking like a bunch of old angry cat ladies.
I think it's going to completely blow up in their face in 2020. And we're almost there.
That was perfect.
Look, Schiff is trying to unleash on this. Hillary's jumping in. They say they're not going to stop. It's not going to end. We're going to impeach him and he's going to get off.
Why is there a
Clinton
picture,
2.0.
Why is there a picture of Robert De Niro behind me?
I was thinking, what's De Niro going to do? Collusion's going to come out. He's like this. He's in this circle of hate toward himself. He's constipated. He's angry. What's he going to do?
He's not going to change.
He's not going to change. What's he going to talk about when he loses?
All right, topic 2. We're already over time.
Okay, continuing on.
We have Trump at CPAC. I'm going to be honest. I did not watch this speech. I saw highlights of it. I saw the highlight reel. I couldn't watch.
Well, you had to have free 2 hours and like 6 minutes. So.
I love it when he riffs. I love it when he riffs. When he's on the teleprompter, I'm like, whatever. But when he's just letting them fly, bring it, baby, bring it. Now, I guess the press, shocker.
Right.
The legacy media, the mainstream media didn't like it. What were they saying about it?
This is great. So let's consider what they said. The Washington Post said it was unhinged.
Of course.
The Atlantic, bewildering moments. The Salt Lake Tribune said it was rambling. CNN said it was stunning. Vanity Fair, epically weird.
Deadline loved it though, right?
Deadline said, go to the next slide, said that he just sat there and humped the flag.
He's done this before. He's done this before where he hugs the flag.
He's hugging the flag.
Great.
Well, obviously someone's got an intimacy issue if they think that hugging is humping. Right?
And then the Nation said it wasn't a speech, it was a breakdown.
Right, and then Vox said it was odd. But here's the problem. I loved it. I watched the whole thing, man. I didn't see these strange disc. I mean, the guy had if you're on stage, 2.5 hours to fill. I mean, that's some serious time.
They've been doing this since his inauguration. Remember this when the catchphrase was dark. Like Trump goes in for the inauguration. He's out there and the crowd size, whatever. But I thought it was a great speech. It was an uplifting, powerful America. Yeah, we can do it. And everybody's like, "Oh, that was dark. That was scary. That was reminiscent."
Whenever he talks, naturally, right?
And it's like, wow, we are watching two different movies.
Right.
We really are.
We are watching
because
two different
people
movies.
like you and I were like, "Yeah, go get him." Yeah. He's riffing. He's calling it. This is BS. Time. They're doing this. They're doing that. And everyone else.
He did call Russia bullshit. I know. It's bullshit.
And it terrifies people. And it's,
I don't think it's bullshit. I think he had some bad hires around him. I think that is going to come out. I think that's one of the things. But it's not him personally. But I will say, he said a few things. We believe in the American dream, not the socialist nightmare. I'm always trying to get it in the line.
You can't sneak him in. That's what we have to do. This is the problem.
I need like a shocking device. Should we do that? I'll get a taser next week, and you can tase me.
Dude, I will tase the hell out of you.
Okay. I've always wanted to be tased.
So now we're talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, his lovely wife.
Yeah, lay it down.
They have a baby coming out, and they are going to raise this baby gender neutral. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. So this is you want to start?
Well, here's the deal.
Okay.
She comes out. She does an interview with somebody else, and she's like, "We're gonna raise
the royal reporter.
We're gonna raise this baby gender fluid. We're not gonna go blues or pinks or whatever.
We don't want to impose any stereotypes."
Right. So, listen, this is horrible of me to say, but the English dudes aren't the manliest of dudes anyway, right? You get like 1 out of 10,000 who's like you're like a James Bond.
Right.
They're not going to be
doing
not
Scottish.
They're not doing right. They're not Scottish. They're not Irish. We're English, and I'm here to solve the problems of the world. Their elbows are always in. Like they make goofy faces. Let's get to a goofy face. I actually love that.
That is great.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
he's a good dude. Listen, it's baloney. It's horrible. She shouldn't do it. It's just.
But she's messing with history too. We have to talk about this. There's something called patrilineality and bilateral descent. So when this baby is a queen or a king, what's it gonna be? What if it's actually in the line for the oldest monarchy? And they're like, "Oh, well, I'm both the king and the queen."
That's what I was just about to say. Maybe this will be the first time we'll have a king and a queen, and it's the same person.
Right.
I'm King Queen Bridget the First. Yeah. It'll be wonderful. Well, here's the other thing I find interesting is the royal family, like old Queenie Queen.
Right.
She's like, "This didn't happen. This isn't happening."
Right. It's totally false.
They're trying to deny the whole thing.
I'm a reptilian. Have you heard all that stuff? Anyway, that's a citizen journalism.
It's weird. I really like the Queen. I'm gonna be sad when she's gone.
Oh, you really? Yeah.
She's hung in so long. She's hung in so long.
Right.
She led them bravely through World War II and through a lot of changes and this, that, and the other thing. And that old broad, hey, Queenie.
Wouldn't want a queen or a king, but love her.
Oh, yeah, I don't want one, but it's fun as a tourist.
Except the matriarch
attraction.
In my house in marriage. That's a whole different situation, right?
Oh.
All right, moving on. Red. I can't help but drop my moniker. Go ahead.
Oh, we got Bernie. We got Bernie Sanders.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's the next topic. It's topic 4. We're crushing it. We're going fast.
Crushing it.
Bernie Sanders 2.0. He's in the race. He's making a lot of money. He's got a plan. Does he have a chance? Judd Dunning, 2 minutes on the clock. Bang, bang.
Okay. Look, the big thing is Hillary's coming out saying that she's not going to run. I don't know if you saw that. That's actually today. But that she's going to support the party.
Saw it live last night.
Did you see? When you missed
breaking news.
And you missed the CPAC speech. What are you doing? So you must be stuck on the road. So, but he is a 77-year-old socialist who's the face of millennial America. He's doing the same thing: Medicare for all, free public college, 15-hour minimum wage. He wants to reduce the size of banks. What's he offering, man? I mean, this old Jewish man. And another thing was, why don't people even talk about the fact that he's Jewish?
Slow down. Okay. Because you just said what he's offering, and then you said what is he offering?
Right.
He's offering Medicare for all, free public college, 15. Like that's what he's offering.
Go to the next slide. This next slide is appropriate, right? He's offering free shit. That's what he's offering, right?
Listen. He's a cute old guy.
He is.
It's weird. It's like I feel about him like I feel about the Queen of England. Like, good for you, old timer. He's got to be. Listen, he's got to be very, very angry. He's got to be very angry. Hillary screwed him when he honestly had a chance.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he has a chance.
Right.
Like when he stopped to see if the bagels were fresh, all these other chicks just came flying by him. They passed him on the left.
Right.
He's not left enough now.
Yeah,
like
he just endorsed the Green New Deal, though.
I mean,
he's going to jump on. I mean,
he
can't be one-upped by a freshman, congresswoman.
No, but I think the magic on Bernie is kind of worn off, and you'll have a lot of people that hang on.
Do you want him to run? What do you think? Should he run? I mean,
absolutely.
Should he be nominated?
Let him run. Let him run. He took the oath, right?
Yeah. I think Kamala
I'm Bernie Sanders. I took the oath. Yeah, he's a Democrat now. He's a socialist, and this is the guy. And I always want to mention this whenever we talk about old Uncle Bernie. Just a few years ago, he tweeted out that, like, Venezuela, this is how you do it. They're taking the money from the oil people and they're giving it to the other people. This is how you do it. So it got Venezuela got the Bernie Sanders stamp of approval. So anybody who wants to know what his policies would look like.
Who's going to pay for it, though? Who's going to pay for Medicare and public college and everything, the Green New Deal? It's never going to happen.
You're going to pay
for it. Yeah. I snuck it under the wire again. You can use the taser now if you'd like.
Booyah, Kasha!
Here we are.
The not-so-fresh freshman. That's what you call it.
I call this the not-so-fresh freshman because people take freshman Congress people seriously now. They used to shut up and learn the game. Now they're coming in and they're upstaging Trump. You've got Ilhan Omar, who's
that's this like now take a good look at this photo. I love this. This is like they are like a rock band. This is like just how when you talk about how the media picks sides.
Right.
Rolling Stone magazine has picked a side. That's a gorgeous shot. They all look wonderful.
With a $26 million net worth of a white woman in San Francisco. I have no idea how she made that money back.
And I guarantee if that was Republican Congresswoman, they'd be sitting on a stool milking a cow in black and white. It would look haggard and nasty. Here's the chick. I don't like her.
It's getting serious.
I don't care for her, but she amuses me with her little, like, clapping thing. Ooh, I shouldn't have clapped.
That's okay.
This chick is terrifying. This AOC, and I hate to say it, this girl, she's okay. She's
okay.
All right.
Keep going.
I got so much hatred for the other ones.
Yeah.
They're letting them get away with murder. Ilhan
Omar, yeah.
That's a dangerous woman right there.
Well, she is.
She's flat out anti-Semite.
Right.
How do you say she's not an anti-Semite? We got the tweet.
Yeah. Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. Now the problem with that is Americans we're not pro-Israel because anybody's paid us. Half of the evangelical Christians believe that it's the birthplace of our faith. It's also the core of democracy in the Middle East.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons that we love Israel have nothing to do with just the fact that they're Jews over Palestinians, etc. in the Middle East.
So she's got this one. She hasn't taken down this tweet.
No.
She had just another tweet recently, and she's on the Foreign Affairs Committee.
Yeah, not for long. Maybe we'll see. They're calling to remove her off right now.
That they even have to call for it.
Yeah.
Like, who was the guy?
Socialism and anti-Semitism are becoming like the hot buttons of the Democrats.
It's really not cool. It's a bad look for the Dems. And I can't believe that the Democrats are even playing around.
Well, they did
who was
that.
Who was that guy? Who was the guy from, was it New York? King? There was some Republican guy who, like, put out some hypothetical thing about, what if we did discuss white power? And they're like, get him out of there!
Yeah.
And he got yanked so fast it make your head spin.
Right.
This woman is out running around just doing dastardly.
Now, give it up for Nancy because she immediately said anti-Semitism is real, made her apologize to pull back her anti-Semitic tropes, but and Trump said she should resign. So, I mean, at least America's stopping her in her tracks, but she's playing the victim, saying, oh, well, if I voice my opinion that I'm not pro-Israel, then my free speech is being repressed. Well, she's not completely out of step with America. Just like the socialists are. But now they're not out of step with America. What's happening?
Here's my question, is like the people of, what is she from, Minnesota? Minnesota was the state
Correct.
she's from? Is this who you want? Is this who you want to represent you? Or were you like sitting there like, I don't know who we should vote for, eh? But hopefully we can find someone who really hates the Jews.
Yeah.
Get her in there. Then she'll set things right for me and my dairy farm. Like, what in the heck?
Where did it come
like,
from?
can't you?
It's true.
I think you can't impeach Congress people.
Yeah, I don't know the policy.
I believe
they
you
are
can.
calling for her resignation.
I am not a fan.
Right.
I am not a fan. We
Right.
probably came in under 2 minutes.
And
But
neither is the majority of America. I think of this one, at least that people woke up. They didn't wake up to socialism and the Green New Deal, but at least they woke up to this
keep
one.
going on.
Oh,
you heard the gong.
Okay. Hey, what? It's promo time. There we go. We have a little note up here. So, guys, I have to sing Michael's praises every week. It's great to have him here coming in off the road. I mean, this guy's going around 17 city tour with the Deplorable Show. You've got an amazing 600 to 1,000 people. You're selling out everywhere you go. You've been on Fox and Friends a couple times a week. I mean,
they let me on the couch again.
You're on the couch?
They let me on the couch again.
I actually need to watch you on Fox and Friends.
It's so early on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Just a little update on my friend Terrence.
Yes.
This show, when I should have the results, I'll have them for you next week. He's going in to see a specialist. He fractured his neck and has a fracture in his spine. This is a good kid, not the best upbringing at all, but he's made the most of the American dream. He's living it, and sadly, he was on his way to the White House when the car he was in, his Lyft driver was driving.
Who was on the Deplorable Show?
Yeah,
right,
yeah. So Terrence is great. He's been sending in videos, but the show's been going well. It's wonderful. We're having a blast. Go to deplorableshow.com for more tour dates and ticket info.
DeBeck this week sold out. Had a great show. Where else?
DeBeck? Yeah. It's a mixture of Dubuque and Quebec.
DeBeck. That's Colorado. I grew up half my life in Colorado. Sorry.
All right, but enough of my silly tour. I want to talk about your book. Is it finally done, Judd?
Well, before we go to my book, you can see Michael's new videos, which are great, coming out the Loftus Party a couple times a week. TheLoftusParty.com.
I'm dropping 2 videos a week because I'm a caring, passionate man.
Because you have time and a career, and it's great. The book is continuing on. We're just continuing. You know, it took Louis L'Amour 245 submissions to get his book out there, right? So we got to find the right people.
You know who else had a hard time? The guy Hawkeye Pierce, the actual guy.
BJ.
The guy, the original Hawkeye Pierce.
Guy.
He wrote the book called MASH. And he also had the world record for the most submissions. They didn't want it. And then, boom. For you kids, MASH was a big movie, and it was also a big TV show.
Korea,
You're like, MASH, what are you talking about?
Fighting communism, which is why you have all your freedom, and you should be against socialism. Just want to finish your sentence.
There you go.
Younger people.
Where can people learn more about you?
ConservativelyUnplugged.com. You can also see Bullet Points, which runs there now as underneath our main show, and our show Conservatively Unplugged. And our book is there, and you can follow us there, and you will see us mostly at Bullet Points USA. We're excited about this show. I think it's made for the ADD masses of the left and the right.
It's wonderful. So go to conservativelyunplugged.com, go to theloftusparty.com. Now it's time for the wild card.
I think I get a screen. Did you give me a screen? There we go. There's my screen. Moving on.
You got a screen.
There we
Look
go.
at that.
Do you hear that?
Thunder in Los Angeles. I hope you guys could hear that. It's a scary
The British
night.
must be coming if you see your
Here we go.
All right. So
this is the wild card. This puts the wild in wild card. What can she not talk about, Judd?
Okay.
What could it possibly be?
I don't know if I'm a nerd or if this is cool, but yesterday was National Grammar Day. And
You're a nerd!
I'm telling you. I just thought it was... There's 1,025,2,509 English words, Michael. So we celebrate those now because there's 1,500 national holidays. And that's it.
Do you know what wild card means? Like
it wasn't
legitimately. No, it's got to be there's got to be some sex, some drugs, some rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
People watch this show and they go, "Ooh, I wonder what the wild card."
Well, it's true. I see their Saturday night post, so I'm probably not want to put my little lexicon thing out here. So, but it is. So it's followed up, by the way, by Proofreading Day, which is tomorrow.
You're killing me.
National Proofreading Day is tomorrow morning. So, but what's crazy is...
tell me what's crazy.
It's look, they need to come out with National Politically Incorrect Word Day is what this is about. So, look, here's what I'm telling you. The University of Wisconsin has an Inclusive Excellence Center, and they've come out recently that the word soup Nazi means you're minimizing the Holocaust. Illegal alien or third world means you don't care about the border. Also, you say thug, you may hurt the thug's feelings, and you can't say lame, man up, or are you deaf, man? So basically...
Okay, so here's what I know about the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's Inclusive Excellence Center. You guys are lame. You need to man up. Are you deaf? We don't like it. Shut your doors. Listen, the wonderful thing, and I will say this.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing about the English language is it is malleable and it changes all the time.
And
it's not like
melting
Latin.
pot.
They're very there's hardcore rules with Latin, and ergo Latin is a dead language. So grammar is important. I sadly think grammar is going to go the way of the dodo because there's
back to the queen.
There's autocorrect and there's spell check and people know that there's like a little thing that you put before the S, but they don't know that it's called...
Did you hear the thunder that came?
I did.
That was because God appreciates her. Go to my last slide. So apparently, like, all the words we used to call each other as bullies and being, jocks and dicks in the 80s is completely dead. So throw away your lexicon from the 80s. I don't know. That is the 80s.
And we'll take this now. Both of these guys are they're giant now. You look at...
It's true.
Like Val Kilmer's huge.
Oh, he's huge.
James Spader.
Oh, yeah, he's bald and huge.
Here's a couple of 80s bullies who need to hit the gym. You guys, that's the show. The wild card will be wild next week. That's Bullet Points. I'm Michael Loftus.
I'm Judd Dunning.
We'll see you guys.
America. You just have to let it sit for a second. Hey, you guys, it's Michael Loftus with Judd Dunning. This is Bullet Points. It's the fastest 17 minutes on the internet. God bless you for being here.
You shaved a minute.
I did.
I like it. We're going to shave it down.
Here's the way it works. 5 big topics, 2 minutes per topic. There will be a bell. It might sound something like this.
Oh, hey.
Or a gong. Judd, what are we talking about today?
Okay, our 5 topics this week before our one pop culture topic
Counting them
of
down.
the week, right? And our one for the road. Our first topic is setting the new bar. AG Barr's report comes out. Mueller, no collusion report. Michael Loftus.
Okay.
Nice. Now we're going to do 2 on the same topic roughly because this is big news.
Yeah.
Post-Trump, Russia, America, the dying and lying fake news media.
We have to discuss the media. We have to discuss the media.
The media. We are the media, actually. But that's
That's
true. We're not.
I'm something else. I'm different and
We'll
unique.
address that later. Jesse Smollett. What the whitewash of justice? How's that? You like that?
Your pun titles are going to be.
I know they're gonna hit the.
What's
they're gonna
number
be
4?
Okay, number 4. Climate cooling confusion and the ongoing AOC problem.
We have climate change news. What happens at number 5?
Well, number 5 is Wall This America. Pentagon authorizes $1 billion for the border emergency for Trump.
Don't tell me yet.
And more to come. A little bit about us, about what's going on, and then we have one for the road, which is coming we saved it. That's a surprise.
Excited
but I am gonna tip it off a little bit that it might have to do with something that starts with a Q. There we go. Okay, moving on. All right, so let's jump into our show, Michael Loftus.
Let's go. This is number 1. Oh, I love that graphic.
It is good.
Really tasty and delicious.
It is good.
Did you make that?
I did, thank you. Yes. Oh, that
You're
one.
lying!
No, I made
Why do
it.
you lie?
I made it from the internet into my computer. That's what I did.
Okay, so this is the Mueller report.
Right.
We found out. It's been years and years. Here we are. What are your thoughts? 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock. I appreciate it. Listen, I think it's the best day in American history for us to stop a coup d'etat trying to actually overtake the president. I've never seen anything like this. $25 million were spent, 500 witnesses, search warrants, 34 indictments, 19 lawyers. It was madness. It was a real fight on our democracy, Michael Loftus.
It was real, and I switched it to that's all, folks.
That's right.
Because, listen, this has to put it to bed. This has to put it to bed. It's 2 years of an investigation, a ton of FBI. They looked at everybody. They looked under every nook and cranny. They went all Thomas's English muffin on this thing, and they
I don't understand that, but
they found nooks and crannies. Guy.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
They found nothing.
Right.
And you think the left would be happy? You think the Democrats would be like, Whew! This is good news.
A few are, though. A huge cloud lifted today for the president, said CNN's Pamela Brown. A clear victory for legally and politically, said Al Sharpton. So some people are saving their careers. Some people. But the majority of people are pushing forward.
I hope that. I don't want to get into the media coverage of this just yet.
Right.
I want to say right now, it's good news. And it's like one of those things where it has to be frustrating if you're on the left and you thought, we're going to get him, we're going to get him, we're going to get him, and then...
It was so great. I'm sorry.
So close.
Yeah.
So close. There they are. They're the big... And I tell you what, people are saying now that, like, was Mueller like a bad guy in
Was
this?
Mueller in on it, right?
They're
The ultimate
grasping
enemy.
at straws.
Right.
You guys, it's good news. The president, there was no collusion. And then, let's never forget this. Even if there was, what was it? No voting ballot boxes were changed.
Well, I think the thing they said is that they said Russia did try to confuse, and it wasn't a right or left issue, did try to attack and create chaos in our country. But no American took part. Is what they proved it.
Russia spent like $30,000 on some campaign, on some ads on Facebook, and they wanted to sow discord. They sowed 2 bells. They sowed a lot of discord. Okay, this is Mueller part 2.
We can do the whole show on that one.
It is. This is the media's role in all of this, and this is where I get really super angry.
Roll on.
The great thing about the Trump presidency, I've been saying this for a while, is the mask is off. Like the journalists, mainstream media, they're mostly Democrats. I don't know what it is. They've picked their winners and they've picked their losers, and they wanted Trump to go down. And it's painfully obvious that CNN and MSNBC and NBC and the legacy media are anti-Trump. If you just look at the amount of time...
And they're only owned by 6 companies now. So you have a conglomeration of capitalism on top of media manipulation. Right?
That's a very good point. Mm-hmm. It's a small amount of people who run
6.
An awful lot of media. Mm-hmm. And when they have a dog in the fight, they're going to treat it. It's wild how the media has to be honest and hold the presidential feet to the fire when it's Reagan. We have to be honest and hold feet to the fire when it's Bush. But when it's Clinton, not so much. When it's Obama, give the guy a chance.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But the outrage was so great. I mean, it's so great to see people like, the New York Times, the Washington Post, MSNBC. Hannity, I don't know if you saw Hannity the other night, his job was fantastic. They must have been working on this for like weeks in advance because they were holding everybody accountable for what they said. And it is outrageous. Have you ever seen anything? Look, we've got a couple years under the belt. Have you ever seen this type of distortion take place?
Never.
Never.
Never in
so
my
why?
history.
The question is why? Why are the stakes so high for the left right now to deconstruct the country through these levels of lies? The big lies Hitler said is tell it again and again and again until everybody believes it. Why?
I really believe that Democrats think they're the smartest people in the room.
It's elitism.
Yes, and they want to lead us down this path. And when we don't follow them, they get upset. And so they're like, we might have to trick them into following
That's complete distrust of somebody's individual liberty and natural law. I mean, elitism at that level, to lie beyond, to take control of the system is socialism, it's communism, it's repression.
And
it's going to be great to watch, too.
And who was behind it? That's what I want to know.
Right.
I
think we know Zucker and Soros and a lot of the big players, but who else? How coordinated was it?
I'm talking about people in the FBI and the Hillary Clintons and the Steele dossier and the stuff that makes you talk out of the side of your mouth.
Even the DOJ, maybe.
Let's move on to this guy, Jesse Smollett.
Again, back.
He walked today, you guys. He walked.
It was crazy, man. Can you believe it? I mean,
I've never seen anything like it.
It's Chicago. It's Chicago.
It's the Chicago way. No,
you don't think so?
This is beyond Chicago.
So what do you think the judge did? They threw it all out. I mean, he basically, Eddie Johnson and Rahm Emanuel came out and said it was a whitewash of justice. He used the hate crime laws to further his career.
When Rahm Emanuel says it's not justice, it ain't justice.
Right?
I don't know what happened. I really, really want to know.
Yeah.
Like they've got these Nigerian dudes confessing that they did it.
They said
they have signed checks.
Right.
They have them on
the
tape.
Receipts for the
They have them on tape buying the gear. I don't know.
To generate that much hate and outrage in the United States to be let off. Now, apparently they had state and federal jurisdiction or something within that court. But what they said, the outlier is if the saliva on the death letter that he sent himself comes back DNA positive, he may be going into federal justice.
And then that's weird. And will there be backlash for that? Are people going to go, see, Trump hates black people.
Right.
He's going after Jesse Smollett.
Right.
You just can't listen. It looks like there are two. There's two different sets
David
of laws.
Axelrod, Obama's man, came out and said the same. Well, excuse me, I didn't mean to step on what you were saying,
okay.
but that's exactly what he said. There shouldn't be two systems of justice.
I don't know how this guy got. Seriously, I don't know how. The Chicago PD has a press conference where they're like, "Turn yourself in, Jesse. You're in a lot of trouble." And they didn't do like just one charge of felony lying. They did like 16 charges.
Right.
Like that's a whole big pile of trouble, and then they don't go, you know what? Get out of here, kid.
Yeah, right. Let's flip the crime though. Two Obama black men, they attack a white man, and they're wearing Hope and Change T-shirts, and then they what? I mean, what? Where does that end? I mean, if you want to flip if we now have impunity for hate crimes, where does it end? I mean, how could you reverse that? It's completely with Covington and with Varsity Blues college scandal. Americans are focused on justice. I just don't see this ending well.
How does it end well?
That's a meaningless.
The whole thing
producer is brutal.
The whole thing sounds
brutal.
like a plot from a Coen Brothers movie. Seriously,
it does.
I want the Coen Brothers to make it as a movie.
Right, I agree.
The inept guy. I want to raise at work. Okay, this is your big one.
I love this
Climate
one.
change and science. It's Judd Dunning, the science guy. Hold on to your heads, America. You might be getting sleepy.
Every time I do something geeky, you say, all right, so listen, this is pretty exciting. The Greenland Glacier.
Easy for you to say.
Jacobian was the biggest one in Greenland, right? And it's actually growing in depth. It's growing in depth right now. And what
That's
they're
good
saying,
news.
That's good news.
We want the glaciers
But National
to grow.
Geographic came and said, well, but that doesn't mean there's an end to climate change. So what that does is they talked to the people that said, hey, it's actually growing, and they said, we found that it's not true. We didn't think the ocean could be that important, said the principal investigator at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory to National Geographic.
See, that's an odd thing to a jet propulsion lab guy talking about. I didn't think the ocean could be important.
Right.
Like, come on.
Right, because it's true. But actually, the whole scientists that have been chosen to opine on the climate is crazy. But there's two other things coming up.
What?
Which is at the same time, like the reason this is important is because of socialism, because of what's going on in AOC and 12 years and birth strike and everything we've been talking about on this show, is there's also a sun cooling thing called the grand minimum, which is actually for 50 years may bring down temperatures to counter climate change, as well as their specific decadal oscillation, which is cold water. And these are coming out right now, but this is minor news, America. So before you know.
He just said decadal.
Decadal.
I don't know what that
as
means.
In a decade.
Here's what I know.
Tell me.
The glacier's getting bigger.
Yes.
That's good news.
The sun is cooling.
Ice doesn't get bigger when things are too hot.
Good news for polar bears.
Yes.
Bad news for socialists.
Good. That's wonderful.
That's
now,
the point.
sun, whenever the sun goes wacky and starts shooting solar flares and there's decadal spots, I get nervous.
Take it easy on my decadals.
Right? Hey, easy on the decadal. I don't like solar flares. I don't like radiation. None of it. We're gonna be okay. That's what I think this is saying.
Yeah, you're not a climate denier. You're a climate I'm an okayer. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. There's so much that can go wrong that there's life on this planet is a miracle.
Yeah.
So much.
You have a fear of death. Why don't you tell them? You think that there could be I don't
want to bum people out.
You think there could be a flare that could just take out the planet? So
this is true. This is a fact. This is a fact.
Long shot though.
Gamma radiation. Some just a star just goes supernova.
That's true.
And just one day we wake up
comet.
and we go, what's that? Boom. We're all gone. Life is precious. Enjoy every moment.
Come back next week if you can.
Rub my decadal spot.
Moving on. This is actual serious news, though.
This is more good news.
Woo! This is
a lot
great
of
news.
winning.
Yes.
And then I got another surprise for you
Okay.
after this one. But
right.
tell us about the border wall.
Okay,
update.
very quickly. Trump had the Pentagon release $1 billion of funding from
That's
the
billion with a B.
billion
bitches.
for bitches for 57 miles of fence.
Ouch,
And
that's a small number.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's $1 billion
Right?
for
It's
seconds,
like
right?
$1 billion.
Right, right.
57. It's gonna be nice though.
It's gonna be slatted. It's not even that
It's gonna
impressive,
be
right? He's like,
speakers, but they'll.
look at the Great Wall of China and look at the Trump wall. It's gonna be like a thin layer. It's like at least we built it.
Yes.
But
it's
anyway,
good. $1 billion is good. They
Right.
need this money, and it's on the up and up.
Right.
You make a very good point here. They released it under the blah 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 statute. They can build fences
to stop drug trafficking. It's an
So
actual.
this is not shenanigans.
No, it's part of the national emergency legislation that they're allowed to do. And they took it from the personnel fund, and they have $717 billion a year to defend the country, and we're going to be fine. And then
Yeah.
immediately after, it hit the floor, Michael, and the good news was, right, it wasn't stopped. The emergency was not blocked by Congress. It's a real
Yay.
emergency. People are
is.
dying. People are breaking in the country. Caravans are coming. Michael Loftus.
We can't handle this many people. You cannot flood the zone with this many
That's true.
people. We just can't afford it. We're a very generous nation. There's 1 million people that we let in a year. 1 million people
Already.
who have waited their turn and they get to come in. And once you just flood the zone with God knows who, and now they're hurt and they got to go to the hospital and their kids, they get to school and you got to be nice. And you
Driver's
got to do
license
this.
and-
You need it all.
right.
It adds
College.
up. And at last time we checked, 22 million. Yale University says 22 million illegals. And that
wow.
could, if they all decide to vote for the Democrats, who like, you come to a country, you've got nothing, and then
Thank you.
big government says, come here, we're going to take care
That's
of you.
what we're stopping.
You're going to say, who is that big government?
Right.
Like, we're the Democrats. And then you've just made 22 million new voters, and then the
Which
Republicans.
is what they used to do back in New York at the beginning of our country. It's the same theory.
Then the Republicans never win another election. We don't have the numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
gonna-
you got to it. It is about overwhelming the vote.
Yes.
And people are willing to flood our country and change our country rather than just change their policies to appeal to the people.
So we need a really nice version of that.
I just want to show you that that's the average wall right now.
Okay.
So let's upgrade. It's an upgrade.
I'm not going to forget my secret good news, but we are going to get to this right now.
Yes.
Judd Dunning. Where can people find that? They go, I don't like that Michael Loftus guy. I just want Judd Dunning exclusively. Where do they go?
At conservativelyunplugged.com. You can see our last few seasons. We're not pumping out
Our last
videos
few
every night.
seasons?
Yeah,
How
we
many
had
seasons
3
are we?
seasons. Yeah, we weren't on.
Oh, I thought you were talking
syndicated.
about you and me.
No. We had 3 seasons. Of
the show that you liked?
Of the
The
show.
good show?
This is a show that I watched. It's my show. So anyway, you can see some of that there. But Bullet Points now runs at the top of it. We're excited to do this show, and our book is coming out soon. I'm not going to update you again. It's coming out soon. We're working with some great people out of New York. We're excited. We've got Evan Sayet giving us a few lines. We've got Michael Knowles giving us a few lines. We've got some great people that will be on board, and we're excited.
It's exciting stuff. A book is an exciting
It
stuff.
is. When I die, it will stay somewhere on a shelf, and I will live in the book.
That's right.
It's immortality.
Yes,
It is.
That's
right?
why I
So-
would write one.
Exactly. So Michael Loftus.
I'm an ego-driven mofo.
Yeah.
Here's what's going on with me.
Let's hear it.
I'm doing this Deplorables show. It's a tour. We're hitting Portland. We're hitting Seattle, I want to say. And I
Right.
also want to say Tacoma. Pacific Northwest this weekend. Go to deplorableshow.com for tickets and actual dates. It's going to be, and then there'll be more announcements coming in the upcoming weeks about more cities, more great stuff.
You just did Vegas on your own as well.
I got to go out there. I got to fly like a bird.
Yeah.
I got to fly like a
Even
bird.
when you're writing on your television shows, you're always doing shows just
I
individually.
cannot stop. If I stop doing stand-up, it's not good.
You know what happens if you don't do that? It's television. Try it. I'm dying that way slowly now. So I just want to let you know.
So that's wonderful. Also go to theloftusparty.com. If you feel like you don't fit in modern politics, if too many people have sticks up their ass and too many people are whacking out and hitting you in the head with weirdo wackadoodle things, go to theloftusparty.com. We have a good time. There's T and A.
And occasionally you get videos at like 3 a.m. You're like, you've tried to make sure to turn on the bell because you occasionally work late.
Dude,
I love
There's
it.
so much good content there. I'm insanely proud
You're doing great.
of the loftusparty.com. Okay, before we get to the wild card,
Yes.
I want to sneak in this because it's good news.
Go.
This is news from 2-3 days ago. The GDP just came out. 3.1.
Yes.
3.1. Everybody said our economy was doing great because it was a sugar high off of Trump's crazy policies. Well, it's not a sugar high when it happens again and again. 3.1. The best numbers that we have had in
Pride,
14
deregulation,
Yup.
motivation. I mean, it's been great.
Obama said, well, he doesn't have a magic, you need a magic wand. Well, abra-frickin-cadabra. It was fantastic. And
Booyah.
I will say, what's the other one that's just crazy? Manufacturing jobs.
Manufacturing jobs.
In the last 28 months have grown at 399%.
But probably not in California. I mean, where we are, right?
Nope, nor New York.
Everywhere
Okay,
else.
so here we go. This is the big one. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Skadoosh!
Boom, we had to go
Q.
there.
We just did a Q drop.
Yeah, we're Q dropping.
We
That's
literally
right.
just dropped a Q on these people.
Nice. And I want to say welcome to all the people that actually follow Q. It's like the Tea Party was. There's two elements of so Q came out on 4chan a while ago. They say it's a White House insider, and you cannot be in politics without talking about it. Now, there's definitely two elements, Michael, of the Q community. One is more conspiratorial, really trying to dig under the surface and look at everything. They're from Pizzagate to Satanism, things that actually do exist in the real world. On the other level, through our government, they are really blowing the top off the deep state. I mean, there's a Q Drop app, and if you're reading normal news, you should also follow Q, and you can see what the other voice is. And he's definitively ahead of things that have come out. What are your thoughts?
It might be a she.
It might be a she.
Here's what I love about Q.
It's more of a she name, Q.
Well, what was it? Was Q a girl in James Bond?
No, that's true.
Here's what I love about Q. Okay, first of all, just from an entertainment perspective, the mystery, the way the little drops, the way the little tweets are written, and da-da-da. Okay, so that's wonderful. That's just fun. Here's the great thing about it. Q invites the people who follow Q, think for yourself, look for yourself,
Don't tread on
ask
me.
questions,
Yeah.
don't just believe stuff, look it up.
Great awakening. I love it. The storm is coming.
There is, I know Q followers take a lot of heat on social media and stuff, but literally to encourage people to be inquisitive and to question things.
Keep going.
It's great. No, that's all I have.
Or look at quasars.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a
Yeah,
they're
seriously.
always, and Q is always doing that. I don't know if it's a guy, if it's a girl, if it's like.
But the photos are undeniable. Sometimes, whoever this is, it looks like they're on Air Force One. They are at Apple. They're at different locations.
To me, I don't really like if they discover who it is. That's wonderful, and that's one thing.
Gorka,
But
Trump. There's so many different theories.
I don't want people to stop this movement of wow. What did the Secretary of State do? And da da da. And then you look it up, and the freedom of information, and people do digging. It's like listen, when Dan Rather came out with that big story about George Bush. You know, and he brought it on the news, and here's the actual pamphlet. It was just a dude sitting at home who's like, wait a minute, that font wasn't in existence then. I can prove it. And that person, because they did some digging.
They were paying attention.
And paying attention, they changed the election. They moved the needle the other way. And I tell you, citizen journalism is great.
It is great.
And if Q is encouraging people to look for themselves, there is no downside.
Shout out to Edge of Wonder. Shout out to Anti-School. Shout out to Jordan Sather on Destroying the Illusion. They're doing a great job making people think.
Shout out to Optimus Prime. Shout out
to Luke and
to
Star
Sly
Wars.
and the Family Stone. Shout out
who might be Q.
To Frankie
dead.
Valli and the Four Seasons. Shout out to everybody.
Become a white
Shout
guy
out
shouting
to
out.
that dude who made that himself.
That's right.
Shout out to that scary dude.
Who was actually Keanu Reeves, I think.
I think it was, or is that's also about the kid from iRobot. It's the kid from Queen. Oh, that's who Q is. It's the kid from Queen. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. That's Bullet Points. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment. Tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe. And what else should they do?
To that little bell.
Hit the pow. That's why you know when we put out new videos. We do it every week.
Every week, every Wednesday.
We can't stop giving.
Very, very good. And a little marital advice at the end.
Is that what that was?
I don't know. I just thought I'd use it. All right. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the end of the Russian collusion conspiracy.
Oh, it's not over. You're in Trump and Putin's pocket.
That's true. See you next week.
We're beginning, yeah?
We're beginning.
Okay. Welcome to Bullet Points. I am Michael Loftus. I've got next to me
Judd Dunning.
Skadoosh. It is the fastest 17 minutes on television. That's right. We're shooting for 17. You guys liked last week's video. I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers.
Yeah.
You're all fantastic. It's wonderful.
America.
So here's how it works. 2 minutes per topic,
Right.
5 big topics, 1 wild card. Judd, what are we doing this week?
Oh, it's exciting, Michael. It's exciting. So our topic 1, mainstream media fail. The liberal media truth disease is catching on post-Russian no collusion. Boom. Thank you very much.
That was a lot to say.
It's a long title. I'm working on this. Okay, topic number 2 on Bullet Points. Smily, Sniffy, Touchy, Joe Biden. Just extremely flirtatious, but in a safe way.
For a second there, I thought you were going to name all the freaky dwarves. It was like the 7 dwarf countdown. All right, what's number 3?
They're all in jail now, by the way. All right, moving on. Topic number 3 on Bullet Points this week. Brexit already, will ya? What's at stake and what's next for our mothership in old Great Britain? Thank you very much.
That one I understood.
You did understand it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That is my goal, is to open up with logical topics. Number 4 on Bullet Points are an unplanned success story about the wonderful pro-life film Unplanned that was tearing up the box office. Number 4 this year.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Number 5, shut her down, seal her up, the new border wall crisis for Trump's border wall. It's not his wall, it's all of our wall. Thank you.
Those are our 5 bullet points.
5 bullet points, yes indeed.
There'll be a wild card.
There will be a wild card.
Let us begin.
The wild cards are great too. You don't know, that's wild.
I
So
know, it's
show up.
wild.
Michael
I want to be surprised.
Michael comes off the road to our humble studio, and here we are. Let's do this.
All right, bullet point number 1. We got your mainstream media fail. Skadoosh.
What is skadoosh?
That's Jack Black in Kung Fu
It's
Panda.
Jack Black,
He did that.
yeah. We all know it, but we don't.
Move.
Right.
Skadoosh. And now it's part of the lexicon.
It is.
Okay, put 2 minutes on the 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock. Let's do that, producer. Ready? All right.
Bing, bang,
And getting
boom.
ready to go into the multiverse of bullet points.
Fantastic. You go ahead. This is your baby. This is your baby.
All right, great. Mainstream media fail is what we're talking about. They did a great article on Vox this week where they said that the liberal media truth disease is catching on. They basically came out and said the left was just too far devastated in the weeks following Trump's election to think straight. They said that it was impossible for them. They lost their media clarity. And there's a number of people starting to talk about it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that aren't talking about it. So we have to look more deeply, Michael, at the mainstream media. They said nobody even accepted as an idea that Trump could have possibly won, and that a lot had to do with the insularity of our American media.
I call BS on this. I think all these big journalists, they're looking for an excuse. You ran with a false narrative and you tried to back it up. This whole thing like, oh, I guess we were just misled. No, liar, stop. You're lying to me again. Listen, this whole thing, I talked to Amy Parnes. She wrote this book, Shattered, and inside the look of the Hillary Clinton campaign. They invented the Russia collusion story. They invented it as an excuse. And I tell you what, I'm going to go 110% on the soft coup here. You've got people in the media,
Right.
the FBI leaking information, leaking the dossier to the media, working in conjunction to get wiretaps on people, to investigate people. The media was in on it 110%. This isn't some, oh, I guess we made a mistake. I guess we were... No, you didn't like the outcome. You were trying to change it, and you got busted.
Right.
That's my angry, tired opinion.
That's why I wanted to hear from you, because actually, take lying, conflict of interest, conflict of, take leaking, foreign collusion. If you go through how many people actually lied, and now why did they get a free pass?
But here's what's going to happen in American culture. They're just going to, next slide please, they're just going to forget the fact of how we act. Well, the point is America actually voted as they actually voted, and this was the face of America. We didn't focus on this for 2 years, but America already chose their president. Thank you very much. Is that the coughing? That's great.
Yeah, that's the
I like
timer.
that. I like that.
Stay woke. Hey, you can't hit me with the color bars after you go
woke.
on. But these are the teams, you guys. These are the teams.
So we shall see. We shall see what's going to happen
Okay,
next.
I'm jumping ahead.
Moving on.
Who's this in the picture?
This is Smily, Sniffy, Touchy Joe.
The freakiest of the dwarves.
Creepy is the creepy
Doc,
is the other dwarf.
bashful, happy,
Creepy.
sneezy, sniffy, creepy, smelly, licky, kissy, invadey, personal, spacey.
Very
Put 2
good.
minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. At Bullet Points with the great Michael Loftus. Do you want to? I'll let you open up, Michael. Let's do this.
Well, this whole Joe Biden thing raises an interesting question. Can you just be a creep? Like, can you just be? I remember a David Letterman one where he had Jennifer Aniston on, and he put her hair in his mouth. I think we're looking at a man with a serious fetish here. I seriously, I think he likes the smell of women's hair. I just think that's his thing.
Yeah.
Does that mean he can't
But
govern?
he just followed up with a slathering kiss. I mean, look at this little kid here. I mean, there's a lot of. If you pass the hair test, apparently you're going to get a big slathery wet one on the pitch.
This is just
that's
a
what
guy
I do.
that's
That's what
like-
I do. I'm just kidding.
This is just a guy that like doesn't have boundaries. He's just
Yeah.
literally like creepy Uncle Joe is the best nickname ever
Yeah.
because it's accurate. Like I don't think he's not. It's not like sexually aggressive, but it's just way too close. It's an invasion
But
of
he
personal
knows it.
space.
He knows it.
Who was the lady that? Does he?
He
Like,
said
does
he did. He said, I am extremely flirtatious in a completely safe way. The lady was Lapos and Flores, are the two that are.
Who was the Indian nose kiss, the Eskimo rub?
That's Lapis.
Yeah, that's he. I guess he got in there and was just like going at it, like nose to nose for 15. Like, listen, I'm not gonna vote for creepy Uncle Joe, but like that's before all this. But it's weird. It's not harmless. But like all these women are going, and it's not sexual.
It brings up
it's
an
just
issue.
creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
It's just creepy. Now, would he do this to a foreign dignitary? When is he gonna meet like the Japanese prime minister's wife and go, oh yeah, come here. Oh,
missiles are fired. No, but the thing is look, Pelosi came out and said, well, I think he has to be aware of how other people see him. And then MSNBC came out and said, well, I think it's okay. The View came out. Complete double standard to anybody on the right? They're just trying to preserve once again. And this is my favorite meme of the day.
my favorite meme.
Oh, yes.
I gotta hit a different button.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe Biden. Woo!
All right, moving on. Our next bullet point number 3 for this show. We're talking about Brexit.
We are talking about
Brexit,
Brexit.
no Brexit. This one drives me crazy.
Yeah.
This one really gets under my skin. But to put 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock.
And I'm just gonna rifle through.
And hey, I want to ask you before you file it, I think what a lot of our viewers are, if I can just start with one quick breakdown, then you let it go. What is the Brexit really about? It's about goods, services, capital, and people. And why is it significant to America? We keep forgetting they don't want the immigration of the rest of the EU to come in and change the natural face of their history and their heritage. It's similar to the war on open borders in America. That's why we're paying attention.
Did you put 2 minutes on the clock?
I did.
Because you were starting, dude.
I was starting to set you up before I saw your video online. Go to loftusparty.com. Michael lays it down. See, I've seen his video, so I wanted to give a piece of nerdy information to those of you out there, our new watchers, our new 127 people that joined this week.
Save it for the plug segment.
Save it for the plug.
I'm jumping into Brexit right here.
Okay, good.
Because I'm going to break it down.
Well, was I right? I was right.
But in a big, like, here's the
Go.
You're science guy. That's who you are. You're science and facts guy. I'm talking to my buddy at the gas station. That's who I am.
Lay it down.
Here's what Brexit is. The people of Britain want to control their own destiny. That's it. They don't want to take orders from somebody who doesn't live there, somebody in Belgium. It's stupid. It's dumb. I can't believe they had to vote on this. They voted on this 3 years ago. You got to give the European Union 2-year heads up that you don't want to be in.
Right.
Listen, if you want your own country, if Great Britain wants to put Great Britain first, by God, do it. But they're in a real danger. If you think that the Yellow Vest protests that are still going on, are bad. Wait till the people of Great Britain are told, no, it doesn't matter what you think. You're going to be ruled by some wacko dude that you didn't even vote for in Belgium. It's crazy. It's insane. And these scare tactics that they're trying to use, that's great. They should put that on a hat. These scare tactics that they're trying to use, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to trade goods and services? They've been doing it for hundreds of years, you morons. They ran an empire. They ran half the globe. I think they'll figure it out. This is what they said about Trump. Like, ooh, the stock market's going to go. It's all going to tank. Everything's gonna be fine. I would be so angry. I would be marching in the streets tonight if I had voted for Brexit 3 years ago and Theresa May, this joke of a leader, keeps coming up with a new excuse. No, we can't do it yet. We've got to wait. No, I want out. I want out.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. The PM's just voted through. It's an exit of no. I saw that. I will make sure that I end myself. But it is going to happen. I mean, the way they're setting it up, it's like they're going to exit, whether they resolve the customs issues or whether they resolve trade. And good on old Britain, right?
I think they're going to vote again. I think they're going to vote again.
They're going to drag it through?
Yep, they're going to drag it out and vote again. Moving on.
All right, here we go.
Bullet point number 4.
Bullet points number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is a great one. This is a really great one.
Unplanned, the movie. Okay. 2 minutes,
2 minutes on the clock.
I'm going to let you tee off on this one.
All right, here we go.
Because I did
2 minutes on the clock. And starting. Ready? Here we go. Boom. Let's do it. I want to launch.
I like that.
Launch with the bullet point.
Launch bullet.
So the beautiful thing about the Unplanned movie, right, is it's about Abby Johnson, and what she did is she proliferated the actual abortion industry, and she got a lot of people to start walking away. But she originally did it by seeing what it was like for a week 13.
She ran the joint, right?
She ran the joint, and she started to liberate other people, read a book, then some other people came out. Chuck Konzelman and Carrie Solomon made the movie, and it did great. Now here's the beautiful thing. Hollywood tends to repress these types of stories, but I think on the tail of, next slide please, of us being able to rip children out of the womb right before dilation in New York, I think Americans are actually changing heart here, and this is a great sign for America. It's a great sign for us thinking about our citizenry and life and how we stand for the world. This isn't just about our own children in America. This is who we stand for in the world. So this is a great. So they got $6.1 million. They're 4th in the box office, and it's a pro-life breakthrough. It's a difficult thing because we have women's rights as well.
All right,
I'm a minute in, Michael.
56 seconds for me.
Take it.
These are the cats in New York. They went too far. They went too far. Here's the deal. Planned Parenthood is really good at lying. They go, oh, it's mammograms and it's women's health issues and all this stuff. Less than 2% of Planned Parenthood clinics actually do mammograms and have that stuff. That's what, I'm going to go back a couple slides.
It's not counseling.
That's what the movie Unplanned is about. This woman was she was way up in the system in Planned Parenthood, and she was in that. She's in, like, everybody supports women's health. Get mammograms, get checked out. But Planned Parenthood is in the let's kill babies business. And when New York went too far, when you can do that, when they're talking about in Virginia, when that bill was up, yeah, the baby will deliver the baby and then decide what we want to do. I don't think Americans want to kill children, and that is. Well, I'm going to go back to this slide. I'm going to go back here.
Really?
That's a kid. That's a kid.
I know. How am I supposed to do the buzzer when we're talking about the beauty of life? It's
I'm not kidding.
Life. So it's been so brutal this year.
Yeah, and it's tough to get those little wings to stick. You actually have to use super glue. I don't think that's safe.
That's unethical.
Joking. Okay.
You're a parent, though. You can say that, right?
We are on to bullet point number 5.
Bullet point number 5.
Rounding the corner.
Round to the corner here. Good to have everybody back this week. All of our new people. Are you ready?
Yes.
We'll set it up. I'll set it up, or you want to jump in, Michael Loftus?
We will jump in. This is Trump talking about shutting down the border.
Go.
Shut it down. Shut it down. I know they're talking about moving 750 Border Patrol agents. To, Guess what happened? The people are sneaking across places where we don't have a wall. Listen, this whole Trump just didn't come out of nowhere and go, let's build a wall. And everybody's like, I've never thought of that before. This has been building since the 80s. This was a problem when Reagan was office, and they lied to
Everybody's
Reagan.
been opposed to it in the 80s was
They
for
go,
it.
oh, Reagan, if you just give them amnesty, then we'll have border security. We've been wanting a fence. We've been wanting border security since then. So now it comes to this. It's not a fake crisis. This has been going on forever. 22 million illegal immigrants at last count. Good Lord, it could be up to 30.
1.5
40
for
by
this
now.
year. Additional are supposed to come in.
It's record numbers. You've got to, hey, there's Trump on the border right there. You got to shut it down. You have to shut it down, or we simply, literally, this is not hyperbole, we don't have a country.
Right.
We don't have a country
Open
anymore.
borders. And also, once again, it goes back to political control. But what's different about this point of the humanitarian crisis, and I loved what Mulvaney said. He said Democrats didn't believe a month ago, 2 months ago, when we said this was happening. There's a crisis, humanitarian crisis, and a security crisis. He goes, now, this week, it's happening. So, but there were two levels, and this is, Trump's right on top of it. He's shutting down, he's potentially threatening to shut down aid to Central American countries that are trying to come through for economic asylum.
Yeah.
So it's another wave of attack. So it doesn't have to be drug dealers. We're talking about our populace, our economy, our security, our like Brexit. It's similar to Brexit.
Very, very quickly, your joke. We need to seal
Oh, you like that?
the border.
Yeah.
Seal the border.
So,
But yeah, here's the map. It's hard to see right now, but yeah, it's Guatemala, it's El Salvador, it's Honduras, it's listen, you guys, it's ridiculous. It's drugs, it's people, it's women getting raped by coyotes, it's all of the
And
above.
it's children, by the way. They said 40,000 more children in the next few months. They're rushing. Happy birthday again. Here. I like it.
All right.
Today.
Seal
later.
the border. Okay, here we go.
Moving on.
It's promotional time. I want an update on Conservatively Unplugged. What's got you excited?
You know
this
what's
week?
got me excited was being obsessed all weekend, getting to know all of our new people here. So I just want to thank, we had our highest video last week. We've been incubating this for a few months. It's great to be with you, America. It's great to be with the great Michael Loftus.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're having a good time talking about what's real in America.
I want to give a shout out real quick.
Please do
This
it.
is my thing. I want to hold on. My writing is horrible. The Woolly Swamp Register. Thanks for subscribing. Ralph Burress. Thank you. Super Jelly Bean might be my favorite subscriber
From
name
Asia.
so far. Super Jelly Beans
I
from
believe
Asia.
so, yeah.
That's great.
Right?
Now
What's
I
your
desperately want to meet Super Jelly Bean. Megan Wiggin, Angela J, and Dawn Meadows. Dawn Meadows was on
a
Gilligan's
woman.
Island.
That's true.
Dawn Meadows was the star of Gilligan's Island. So that's what has me excited too.
Yeah.
About this. I like the videos taking off, people sharing them, telling with their friends. Yeah, it's a long form video, but we're hitting the bullet points. We keep it moving, which is what we're gonna do right now.
Amen. And I just want to say congratulations, you guys. Go see it. How many more shows do you have nationally? The Deplorable
We're
Tour.
about to announce the Deplorable Show. Going to be making an announcement. Stay tuned. Go to theloftusparty.com for the inside scoop on the entertainment tonight of right-wing comedy. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's at loftusparty.com. Okay, here we go. Our wild card.
Oh, yeah.
Booyakasha. That's Aibo,
Yeah.
the robot dog.
Aibo, the robot dog.
Just
yeah.
made this robot dog is now illegal
2 minutes.
somewhere.
2 minutes of the clock, baby.
You tell me.
Boom.
This is your thing. Where's this robot
So it's
dog
a three.
illegal?
So you know how everybody has a security animal right now, right? So some people have, people like
I don't have a
security.
security
You don't
animal.
have
I have a
security-
dog
Do you have a
that I
power?
love.
Do you have a power animal or any? No, I'm kidding. No, security animals. You see people walking through. It's legislation where you can have a little dog with you, et cetera, wherever you go, or a cat. You can take it on a plane or to work, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
it's not a security animal. They call it something else. But
not
go
to
ahead.
protect you, but to protect you, emotionally.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
a service.
I just burned a security service animal.
Emotional. Okay.
Emotional support. Emotional support.
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna need.
We're
more
on
than
a time.
2 minutes.
Emotional support creature. Whatever. Okay.
What does that have to do with robot
So
dogs?
people, I guess, have some issues with intimacy. You can get one that's a robot now, but in order for it to recognize you and talk to you and do errands for you, it will biometrically scan your face, and it is the new Alexa. So forget Alexa. You can talk to the dog. It can look things up in the internet. It can run little chores for you, and it can record everybody's face in your house.
Okay.
And send the information. So it's a
So-
violation of individual privacy.
Where is it sending the information?
So whatever the Sony server is, so you've got Texas, you've got Wisconsin, and Illinois are actually outlawing the dog. So it can't see your. So you have blind robotic dogs in those countries. They're trying to put them out there. They won't use your face.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Listen, if they're going to gather information at your house and then send it to China or to Japan, and that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. We are living in the Matrix.
In the Matrix, yeah.
It's a sweet
Isn't that a
GIF.
sweet GIF? Thank you very much.
Okay, and then what else do you have about security?
Leading on to that,
this is where does your personal information go? And I think when people buy a little robot dog to have fun with, they don't realize it's actually
what's
gathering
happening.
intelligence.
I think you have to look at everything every time you get very past. But here's what's interesting: is a firm in China has bought 60% of Grindr, and they kind of snuck under. We have certain rules. So it's Beijing Kunlun Tech, whatever. And this is, the greatest, largest network for bi and trans people. And their concern is that people will be blackmailed by their HIV status in order to be spies for China. This is legitimately happening right now. So it's like Ashley Madison. I've been spying for Russia for years because of my Ashley. I'm just kidding. But the point is that they were concerned that people are going to be blackmailed. And now they're going to blackmail.
Okay, so the thing is, so China has all the information of who's on Grindr. Grindr is.
I never worked for Russia.
That's a gay hookup site, right?
It's a gay hookup site.
Okay, so I guess you do have that isn't like a national security risk. Because you all hear about the senator who's like, these homosexuals and da-da-da. And then they're at the airport like gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. Right.
So seriously.
They're sniffing hair and next thing you know. Oh, hey.
So here's the deal.
I didn't just buy Grindr.
Do you think there'd be a law in place where China can't buy the majority of, right?
Yeah, there actually is. There's U.S. national security sanctions. I've got it up here. But I forget the exact act. But certain companies cannot buy access, particularly China, because they're violating our trade laws.
So we had a deal with China where it was going to be just the tip. And then they're
like, oh, you are evil. You must spy for us and stop having so much fun on the weekend.
That is our show. We went long, you guys. We went long because we're excited about you all and tons of new subscribers. Welcome. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. I'm Michael Loftus. Who are you?
I'm Judd Dunning.
What's the name of this show, Judd?
Bullet Points.
Will we see him next week?
We'll see you next week. Every Wednesday or Thursday we post a new show.
Ba-boom!
Ba-boom. Skadoosh.
Yeah.
Open with skadoosh. End with ba-boom. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week. Follow Michael Loftus, The Loftus Party. Follow us on Bullet Points. Make sure to subscribe and hit the little button, and we'll see you soon.
Are you done?
How do you feel about the frame? Do you have your thing in?
It looks good. I got my thing going on. I got my wacky star shirt.
We will never let them know we are actually French talking about the American economy. Ha 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 ha. Hee hee. No. They will think that we like America. Ha ha ha. It's like partially Asian.
It was a bizarre mix of French and Japanese schoolgirl.
Welcome to Bullet Points. Thanks for coming out and watching our new show, Bullet Points, with Michael Loftus and Judd Dunning. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, spread the good red word, and hit the little bell below so you get notifications every time we come out with a new show.